Hey everyone! I'm back today with more My Hero Academia. I am really close to the end of season 2 now. And thanks to you guys in the comments, I've been getting super pumped about season 3. I'm a little scared, very pumped. Very scared actually, but also very pumped. So I can tell just from the way you guys have been discussing it and everything with me that season 3 is really going to blow my mind, which I'm excited about and I'm looking forward to. So last episode, we had a really good episode that was focused mostly on, hope I'm saying her name right, Yaoyorozu. Who is the girl with the ponytail that, like, up until last episode I could never remember her name, but her name was in the episode title, so I kind of got used to it. And that was a really good one. Not to go off on a tangent, but just as a woman and also just a person in general, I find stories like that very uplifting because we can all relate to the concept of, like, losing your confidence and doubting yourself. And you know, that's a scary thing, to just lose that ability to judge your decisions anymore. You know, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I thinking right about this? Like, you know, it's and it was really well done too. I enjoyed seeing her paired up with Todoroki. I thought that was good. I love the way she just really got back in there and, you know, not to use a hackneyed phrase, but got back on the horse and, like, you know, because when we first saw her, I feel like she was very, she really knew her stuff, you know, so to see her kind of, like, doubt herself like that was so out of character for her that it was cool to see her get back to it and be like, wait a sec, I know what to do. Also, might be, like, one of the coolest quirks ever. I think I said this last reaction, but it kind of reminds me of the Green Lantern ring and the way you can just, like, create anything based on your imagination. I'm sure you can't create, like, anything. I'm sure there's limits. They didn't really get into them in that episode, but also I thought Aizawa was really good in it. He's such a cool character because he really he's a good guy, he's powerful, and he does care about the students. But he's the type of guy that, like, I don't know how to put this. This is a very common thing in anime. Like, he's not a real warm and fuzzy kind of guy, but he does care in his own way, and he, like, shows it through his actions. So that was really good. So I'm enjoying, you know, we're kind of back to, like, a little competition obstacle course kind of arc, and I think they just do that so well on the show. They do so well on the show. It's hard to say, like, they do that really well on the show, because it's like, what don't they do well on the show? So I am very near the end of season 2. Loading up this episode, I saw that I have 2 more episodes after this one. So just to let you guys know, I am working on ways that I can watch the movie and react to it, hopefully without some of the shortness of unfortunately of you know, the reality of editing these videos, which is that can't fit very much footage in there sometimes, and, you know, I don't prefer that. That's not my decision, sadly, but I am working on a way that I can get around that. So stay tuned on that. I don't want to give out too much too soon, but I am kind of, I'm dwelling on some things, so stay tuned. But for now, I am going to get started with the next episode of My Hero Academia. Again, we'll save the turbo rant for my outro. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh, that's right! We left off with this one last time, didn't we? That's right! How could I forget? Kawaii! We like did the same thing! fabulous. That was really good. That was really friggin' cool, I gotta say. So, I think she kind of likes him, but I don't know if that's something they're gonna follow up on. She blushed, which is the universal anime way of saying, but who knows. But it was really cool the way that she, like, even just thinking of him, like, having him brought to mind, like, she kind of, it jolted her into a strategy. And very cool that she learned some valuable stuff with her, in her apprenticeship. Because I kind of remember at the beginning of her apprenticeship, she sort of, was she the one that she kind of wanted to go with something that went against the grain for her personality or type of quirk or whatever, because she felt like that was the best way to, like, broaden her horizons. And it looks like she was right. So I will enjoy the rest of the theme song now, because I did promise no ranting until the outro, so.
手を離す直前、青山ちゃんと何を話してたのかしら。さあ、こっちに音声届かないから。何？この音。校長先生じゃねえな。
Don't tell me he has some, like, ridiculously powerful quirk. He's so, like, mild-mannered, too, the principal. He's a little devious, isn't he, the principal? Like, they did? I'm mildly disturbed right now. I'm very fascinated, little disturbed. See, he always struck me as being, like, so nice and mild-mannered. He's not alright, is he? He's not okay. I hate that people experimented on him. That makes me sad. But he's also, like, a little, he's not the mild-mannered principal we all thought he was. He's a little out there. I mean, he is, but he's just also out there. Wouldn't you like to know? I like this girl. I like him too, but I feel like I don't know as much about him. That's gotta be awful for someone who has such sensitive hearing. That's dark. So he's kind of like Black Canary if Black Canary was like a DJ announcer person. Not gonna lie, it's also my reaction to bugs. Come on, buddy. People have overcome so much on this show. You can do this. I don't even, like, tremble. He can totally talk. Like, I barely even know that character, and I'm, like, rooting for him. Ah, so they found a little weakness for him, too, that they're in a forest. That's not his best setting. I really like the hero's get-up in this, the teacher. Oh. Gee, I wonder why.
果たしてあの子の心に見据える目標が存在するのか。
Are we gonna get an in-depth character arc for him too?
ほんと今度一緒に行ってみる？
It's just like teen stuff, you know? It's kind of interesting to see the hero stuff mixed with just regular teen stuff. She is like a little pervy though. Did he have a plan? Grape Rush. That is an incredibly refreshing sounding move. It's literally all he thinks about. But you know what? It's a goal. It's a goal. Like, I get it. I know how he feels. But his skin's on the line here too. It's gonna be so epic. That's where it ends. Of course it's where it ends. Of course it's where it ends. Of course. Oh. Alright, I'm just gonna cool down, watch the theme. That was so cool. Oh my god. That was so good. Okay. So I was really happy with how Uraraka's match went with 13, and I thought it was really cool that she was paired up with the sparkly guy, because I thought for sure he would have gotten paired up with the pink girl, because they're always together, and I feel like it's been their running gag that, like, she always, like, finds a way to steal his thunder. But it was pretty cool that they switched it up a little bit. That was really good, and it begs the question, how does she really feel? Because I'm no love expert, but I feel like I'm getting the idea that she's into Izuku just a little bit. I don't know. I know he's kind of into her, so I don't know if we'll see more of that later, but she was great. I love that, like I said this a little bit before, but I love that she applied, like, the knowledge that she got from her internship to help her win that round. And man, she is like, she's determined. She's fiery when she needs to be. I think that's so cool. I don't know much about the next two. Like, I know I've seen the Earjack girl a little bit. Like, we saw some stuff with, we've seen stuff with her throughout the whole thing, and we saw, where I remember her from is, we got to see her doing a little bit in the end of season 1. And I mean, like I said, like, we've seen her throughout the tournament stuff too that happened in season 2, but like, it's just cool to see people put in situations where they need to strategize and they're purposely out of their element, so they need to find a way around that, because up until now I feel like we've seen them all in situations where they may or may not have been out of their element. They may have had the perfect quirk for that situation, but in this particular competition, they purposely have been put in situations where they're going to be kind of swimming upstream in terms of their quirks. So I thought that was really good. I really relate to, okay, again, I don't know his name. He kind of has like a Groot tree bark thing going on. And then they had his name right up there too. Like, they showed his name and I'm like, oh god, I remember his name for the end. It just blew away. So, oh well. But I really liked him. Just in the couple minutes that we got to spend with him, I thought he was cool, and I liked his little flashback with his mom and everything. And it's like, it's awesome to see that everyone kind of has their reasons for wanting to push themselves to the next level and be a hero and get through and do their best at UA. So the next one was, I guess his name is Mineta. The little grape juice kid, which I think is a great name for him. And I gotta be honest, like, he's the one that, like, you know, if there's been anyone who's kind of been like comic relief at times, it's been him. And he really knocked it out of the park, you know, like whenever we see him, he's always kind of, you know, just being like, for lack of a better phrase, he's just kind of being like pervy and pervy. But he really, you know, he really stepped it up a notch this time. And, I liked the way he kind of had a plan that entire time, and he, you know, he might not have been the most graceful about it, but he was resourceful, and even standing up against someone who I feel like ordinarily he'd just be like kind of sort of, you know, he'd be more like he'd kind of like have a weakness against her is what I'm trying to say, because she's hot and all. Like that's probably why he was put up against her. And even in the face of that, like he found a strategy and he found a way to beat her, and he found a way to kind of exploit her weakness. And so I thought that was really good. So he's always fun to watch. Sometimes I'm just like kind of face palming it with him. But he did good. Oh, and we had the Invisible Girl, too. They had a team up, too. It was really short, but that was good. Like, her quirk she's got a great quirk, because, like, there's so much you can do with that. Like, subterfuge much? Like, come on. But really good stuff. Of course they left me on a cliffhanger. Of course they're going to save the best for last. Oh my god, I'm going to lose my mind during this next episode. I can 100% guarantee it. So without further ado, I'm going to wrap this up. I know I promised a big long rant for my outro, but personally I am dying to get to the next one. So I'm going to wrap this up. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye.